Hey guys, I brought out my Staccato P 2011 from STI today for a quick show and tell. I haven't done much to this gun since I got it from my local FFL, mostly because STI just does a really good job with the features right out of the factory. These guns are loaded and they're pretty badass. So let me just go ahead and get into it and get you a close look at the gun. When you buy it, it's going to come in this nice zipper case. And in the front zipper pocket, you're going to have all your paperwork and gun lock, the stuff you're never going to use. So we can set that to the side. Open it up. You're going to have more of that paperwork stuff. And on the left side, you'll see some elastic straps. You'll have your spare 20-round magazine in there. STI magazine. Worked well for me so far. And 5 total straps for extra mags that you might purchase at a later time. Let's go ahead and move on to the handgun. There it is, the Staccato P. Get these Velcro straps undone and show you clear. Flush-fitting 17-round mag is empty. Nothing in the chamber. So let me go ahead and start at the grip. STI calls this their tree bark stipple. It's definitely a stipple job, not a VZ grip or anything like that. But that's okay. I like the look of it, and I get a really good purchase on there. It feels good in the hand, and if I decided one day to carry it for some reason, appendix, it isn't so aggressive that it would chafe the skin or anything, I don't think. But I won't be carrying this, so I'm not worried either way about that. I've seen 1 or 2 complaints online about it not being grippy enough, but I really don't see where they're coming from with that. It seems really, really exceptional to me, especially compared to some other handguns out there. It really feels like it's not going to go anywhere. But it might be a personal preference thing. Get in a gun shop and see if you can handle one of these to form your own opinion about that. Down from there, you have your flared magwell. It's not super uber ridiculous like some other options out there. I think Taylor Freelance has some pretty massive mag wells. This one is kind of minimalist, and I like that. It could be driven out with 1 pin, it looks like, but I'll be leaving mine right where it is. And it makes your mag changes really nice. At the range, I've definitely noticed, you know, faster mag reloads with this gun compared to some of my other guns without this kind of a mag well on it. Definitely a plus. Speaking of mags real quick, they come with these really nice base plates. The State of Texas with the STI star on there. Really sharp looking base plate. Just that little extra touch of quality, you know, that really makes you feel like you bought a nice gun. Moving on from there, you have your grip safety. I don't know if there's really too much to say about a grip safety. It is smooth and it works. I haven't had any issues deactivating the safety when I grip the handgun like I'm supposed to. So that's really all I want out of the grip safety there. Across from that, you have your magazine release, which is extended. It makes it really easy to find, and it shoots those mags out pretty quickly. Nice mag release. I'm not 100% sure if it's reversible. I just finished looking around in the manual and I didn't see it anywhere in there that says it's reversible. You might have to call STI to figure out about that situation if you're really needing it on the other side. But I'm a righty, so it works for me. Moving up from there, let's talk about the safety. The safety is ambidextrous and really quite nice. I'm not usually a safety kind of guy, but obviously you have to have one on a single action handgun. And as safeties go, this one's pretty great. You know when it's on, you hear it, you feel it, and same thing when it goes off. Super easy to activate. You don't have to worry about getting it caught on some kind of, you know, halfway point like that, because I mean, just, it flips on and off. Super easy without much effort. And if I didn't say it already, it is ambidextrous. Let's look at that skeletonized hammer while we're back here. Again, I'm not too sure what there is to say about a hammer, but as looks go, it's a pretty sharp looking hammer. And while we're on that topic, we can talk about the trigger. So the trigger is polymer, a little bit strange for this type of handgun, but don't think this is going to be anything like your other polymer triggers you might have tried. Glocks, I mean, don't even put those two in the same sentence. This is a totally different experience, and very much reminiscent of a 1911 classic 1911 trigger. Let me show you what that looks like. You have your take up. You're at the wall there, and it breaks. See that one more time. It's your reset. Your take up and the break. STI says it's 4.5 pounds, but it feels lighter to me. Man, it's a really, really nice trigger. It's adjustable, but I don't play with those kinds of things. It works for me right out of the box, so I'm not going to go toying with it. The trigger guard is kind of small. I'm not exactly sure how gloved shooting would go with this, but I don't do a lot of that anyways. Unfortunately, I'm limited to a lot of indoor shooting, so it's not a huge issue for me. It does have a really nice undercut under the trigger guard here, though. You kind of have a smooth spot here without any of that texture, so it's comfortable. And the double undercut is also smooth through here. Really helps you to get underneath and deep into the gun a lot easier with those undercuts. Feels really nice. It does have some texture here at the front if you're one of those guys that wraps their finger around the front. I'm not one of those. But that's all there is to say here. You do have an American flag on the other side there of the handgun. They're very proud of their Made in America status, as they should be. You have your rail here, full-length rail. And the only issue I've run into with this rail is with my old Surefire X300 UA. I got the universal mount on there, and I can't get it to go any further than that right there. So maybe it's just the bit that I'm using. Unfortunately, I lost all my other bits a while ago, so I'll have to go out and buy another Surefire. I've been meaning an upgrade now for a while anyways, so that's okay. If for some reason I did need a light on here, this stream light works pretty well. Slips right on, and you can tighten it down on the other side, and it doesn't look too bad on there either. I know I like to see pictures of how guns are going to look with certain lights on before I buy the light, just because I'm a sucker for aesthetics. And if it doesn't look cool, odds are I might not want it. I know that's not, you know, that important. You know, if it works, that's probably more important. But I think, you know, the whole package of how it looks and how it works is definitely a big part of why I buy something. So anyway, that's getting off on a tangent there. Let me get back to the gun. We have our serrations up on the slide. Let's go ahead and move up there. Really nice serrations. They run deep, so you get a really good purchase on them. Let me make sure I pop that mag out so we don't catch on the mag there. Really easy to run that slide from either the front or back. Of course, you have the serrations on both sides, and they look good. Again, looks matter, at least to me. You have these, I believe, Dawson Precision fiber optic front sight and blacked out rear sight with a square notch. I'm not typically a fiber optic kind of guy. Usually go for tritium. But in the little shooting experience I've had with this gun so far, I found that that sight picks up really, really easy, that front sight with a fiber optic. And I've made some pretty accurate shots with this guy. So I'm really, really not mad about those sights at all. Probably gonna leave them on there, actually. And let's see what else we can talk about here. Takedown lever. It's very similar to a regular 1911 takedown lever. You know, it's nothing too crazy to mention about it. This does take down easier than 1911. If you want a video on how to take this thing down, I will do that at another time. Just go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Although it is easier to do than a regular 1911, I just don't feel like getting into it right now. Sorry, guys. The whole gun is coated in their diamond-like coating, which gives it this really nice, shiny black finish. Really, really clean looking, and it's easy to clean as well. If you get fingerprints on it, just wipe it down with a rag. Don't even need no oil. It'll just look brand new all over again. And it's probably going to help it with any, you know, rusting issues that you might normally have on a 1911. I doubt you'll get them anywhere near as quickly with the finish they have on this STI. The barrel is something interesting to mention. It's a bull barrel, which means it's a little thicker than your average barrel. Let me go ahead and compare it to this 226 I have here. I'll show clear real quick. Nothing in the mag, nothing in the chamber. So take a look at these barrels here. You'll see that the STI barrel is significantly thicker than the one on the 226. I'm not pointing these guns at myself, guys, by the way. It's off to the side a good bit, so even though we know they're both unloaded, always have to have them pointed in the safe direction. They are. But anyway, I'm not sure what that bull barrel does for you. It's a cool feature, though. I'm sure you're probably going to get a longer life out of that kind of a barrel, I would think. But again, I'm not an engineer, so I'll leave that to Google and maybe a phone call to STI if you're that curious about what you get out of your bull barrel. But it's definitely a nice feature. Let's go ahead and do some size comparisons while I got it out. Bring that 226 back over. They're pretty equal in size, length, and in height. Let's try a Glock 17. The Glock 17 is probably just as tall, maybe a hair or two taller with the magazine down there. And the beaver tail on the STI is going to make this STI a little longer than the Glock 17. So there you have it, guys. Just get you a closer look at it here while I talk a little bit about the range experience I've had. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but it hasn't been much. I just got this gun about a month or two ago, and I've got only about 300, maybe 400 rounds down the range. And I only had 4 failure to feeds, using all quality ammo. I don't shoot cheap stuff. It was Fiocchi 124 grain, some HST hollow points, and all 4 failure to feeds I had came within those first 100 rounds that I fired. So I'm thinking it was probably just some break-in period issues. Had 2 failures to feeds with 2 in this mag and the other 2 in the other mag, so I don't think it's a magazine issue. Just, like I said, break-in issue. Haven't had those kinds of problems again, or any other problems. I don't really expect there to be many hiccups. They make really quality stuff here, and I'm really excited for the next couple range sessions with this guy. Even thinking about getting into competition here in the future, maybe. So this would definitely be a good candidate for that. All right, guys, so I think that's enough about that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.